experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Sonny said, as a man, my whole phase was necessary. It was a long ass phase too.
Goddamn, Sonny.
But it made me a good husband because I had it out of my system, and he got married at 32 years old.
Okay, and that was the perfect age for you, obviously.
Keisha said she got married at 18, separated in her early 20s. Oh, I'm sorry, in her early 30s. And had a slight experimental whole phase. I knew it, girl. I could tell because you was going around in circles. You wasn't trying to get to the meat and potatoes. You was not trying to get to the meat and potatoes.
So, Keisha, do you feel like you married young, or
She said 18 was way too early to get married.
And
was it a shotgun wedding?
Well, I was wanting to ask aspects of the marriage, but I was like, maybe not. But yeah, like, okay, were you? I'm gonna just ask this: were y'all in love, or did y'all?
And Sonny said he got married at 32, and he's on his 17th year of marriage this year.
Congratulations,
Sonny. And Keisha also said, if you want to have children with your husband, 40 might be a little late in the game. I don't need to have children with my husband. I already got my turn.
My grandmother had a baby at 45.
My turn old, so, and I don't, like I said, I don't have no regrets. I might meet the love of my life at 55. You know what I'm saying? He could still have kids, but I can't. I'm suited and booted.
But you that's just one thing y'all ain't gonna be able to do.
I don't care.
No, that's what I'm saying. I would take that.
Akila said, congratulations, Sonny.
But let me ask you this. She bring up a good point. Is that a good trade-off, though?
I feel like
you could potentially have no kids with your husband, but he's the love of your life, and you could be happy for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I would take that only because I'm already a mother, and I'm looking at it in retrospect.
Right.
Like, so I can't speak for somebody that's 20 and really wants to do that.
Or 40 and never had kids.
Yeah, so I can't speep for that, but right now, like, if that was my situation, I could totally take it. Because I have a boy, I have a girl, and I don't want any more kids.
Mm-hmm. Even at my age with no kids, I still feel like I might be cool with that too.
Okay. Then it said get a dog like Tone.
Period.
Okay, the next question is...
I need a son, Dennis. If you know somebody got little baby pit bull boys, let me know, though.
Somebody... Oh, I know somebody. Ladies, temper tantrum or silent treatment. If you get into it with your mate, your man, your significant other, whatever you want to call it, what's like your route? Do you usually give him a temper tantrum, or do you usually just go with the silent treatment?
Definitely silent for me, because if I open my mouth, bitch, I'm gonna say some shit and we gonna be fighting in here.
I'm lost. I lost out. So.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gonna be in a fight if I open my mouth, so I just keep it quiet. Okay, so Keisha says,
I think we were in there. Go down a little. Who is that?
Arnold Austin's in.
Hi, Arnold. Hey, twin. Okay.
Dennis said, wait. Antonio said, I'm a granddad. The kid shit is dead. I know that's right, Antonio.
That's your little grandbaby of yours.
Keisha says, I think we were in deep, like, I don't even remember if at the time I had experienced love. I didn't even know.
Oh, she said they was in deep like.
Oh, like, I missed like. Okay, they were in deep like. She don't even remember if it at the time I had experienced love. I didn't even know what direction I wanted to take in life. That's what I'm saying. You gotta live life first, girl. Keela says, I do both. You do both what? Keela?
She gave him the silent treatment and temper
Hey, Monty. Monty says, what's up, y'all?
Hello, Lamont. Okay, so you said you give the silent treatment.
Definitely.
Why do you feel like you give the silent treatment?
Because if I say something to you, we're going to be rolling around on the floor. Somebody's going to fucking jail. Because I don't know when to stop. I'm getting better with it at the older I get, but I'm going to tell you what I think, and that's going to make it. We already on 10.
You think it's for the best?
Yeah,
quiet.
Because we already on 10. So if I interject and tell you what I really think about this situation, or you a fuck nigga for doing, like, it's going to start some shit. So just shut the fuck up. Both of us gather ourselves, and we revisit this shit some other time. You keep running your mouth, though. If I'm quiet and you keep running your mouth,
my God,
bitch, I'm going to say something.
Okay.
I ain't going to keep you ain't going to keep fuck nigga in me.
Okay, so would you give if you were just upset but it wasn't an argument, would you use the silent treatment as like, okay, you mad for whatever reason?
Yeah, I would be a little sarcastic, but I'm going to keep quiet. I always keep quiet. I don't know why. I just retreat kind of into me. Like,
how long would you stay quiet usually? Average.
It depends on what it is. Like, if you said something
serious,
yeah. If you said something serious, bitch, don't ever talk to me again. Fuck off.
Life. ever in life.
Yeah, I don't care if we live together. Bitch, walk around this bitch like I ain't here.
For like an hour,
a day, at least a day.
A day?
A day.
I couldn't.
A day.
I couldn't do it.
Oh, I could.
I could not.
I'm going to busy myself. I'm going to go so we ain't in the same room. I'm going to turn, I don't even hear you calling me from downstairs. I got the TV up. Oh, bitch, I can do it for a day.
Sue is in here, and Sue said our favorite viewer has entered, which is her. Sonny said, and I like,
baby girl.
I like that we have guys on here because
me too.
I love the guys' perspective. Sonny said that he gives the silent treatment. And Sonny, you throw temper tantrums?
Okay, define temper tantrum.
Okay, I feel like
Sonny, you throwing me off, shook.
I'm gonna change temper tantrum more around to like spazzing, how you said you would do. So you retreat to the silent treatment and instead of spazzing.
Right.
Okay, me, I don't do either. I'm not a
passive aggressive.
I'm not a spazzer, and I can't do the silent treatment. I just love people so much.
She can't beef with somebody to save her fucking life.
I can't. And if I love you or care about you, I don't want to do the silent treatment with you. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you, so I can't do the silent treatment. And I'm not a spazzer. I feel like I'm more calculated. I'll get my lick back another way. Mm-hmm. So I won't do either.
So in the moment though, what do? I feel like in the moment
I'll be just like, okay, or I'll say okay or whatever like that.
So is that passive aggressive?
But I do feel like it depends on your mates. Some people you gotta put your foot on their neck off the break.
Absolutely.
But it all depends on your mates.
You gotta know how they're going to respond
or their energy. If they're not, if their energy isn't like hostile, then even if you're mad, then you won't give off. If you're the type of person like me, you won't give off hostile energy. Some women, even if the man is kind of reserved and quiet, but she's upset, she might be finger on the temple, hostile, all of that. So even if the man is quiet.
But I find that it exactly what you're saying. If you going to finger on the temple and all that, he's not that type. You're not even getting through to him. Mm-hmm. He ain't even paying you no attention. He's standing there looking like this bitch is crazy. I need to get the fuck. He ain't listening to shit you saying.
Them men, those type of quiet men, they always like the crazy women.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
Okay, we have a lot of comments.
End up being the one to kill you too.
Okay, Sue, the question was, if you're upset with your significant other, y'all know I hate that word. If you're upset with your significant other, do you spaz out or give them the silent treatment say in an argument? And Sonny said, I cuss her ass out. Sonny, I can't see you. I can't see you doing none of that. You seem so sweet ever since I know you. Tamika Child.
Hey, Tamika.
She said she gets the silent treatment. That's welcomed. Dortree said, I get my lick back. And I do. With Yang Yang saying, hey. Anyway, Wendy said, I don't go back and forth. I will have a conversation, but if it goes south in any way, I'm out. We can argue, disagree as soon as it becomes aggressive peace. And I want to say hello, Wendy.
Wendy.
That
we grew up with?
Our Wendy.
Hey, Wendy.
Nerd Wendy. The person that's been my longest friend ever in life.
What's up, Wendy?
Wendy.
My
Wendy.
Zumba partner.
Oh, Wendy was at Zumba?
She was.
Okay.
She came a few times.
Sue said her service keep pausing. She gonna have to watch it on YouTube. Peace. So here said, I used to spaz. Now it's silent treatment with a revisit.
I used to spaz too.
So here's Sneaky. Y'all think she don't spaz, but she is spazzer.
No, that bitch crazy.
She's a spazzer.
I used to spaz, but I just felt like I just don't have the energy for all that anymore.
Tracy said, and Tracy, we was looking for you.
Earlier.
We were looking for you earlier because we had some really great questions. We had a great question about character flaws, and I know you would have had a great comment.
I would love to know what you thought about that.
Tracy said, if I'm upset, I just tell him why. Plain and simple. We gonna talk it out. I'm like that type of way.
Yeah,
I like to address the elephant.
Y'all bullshit. Both of y'all bullshit. Both of y'all. You ain't motherfucking Tracy. Because when you're if you're in a heated, y'all not gonna talk. Well, I like to talk to you about. Bitch, you're mad.
I can say my current friend. I never had a heated whatever. Yeah, so
but I keep living life.
Okay, but I can say how I handle it in this situation. Yes, I have had heated exchanges in past situations.
Right.
So
you're not going to be okay. You catch this man. We're not going to say cheating. I'm not going to even use cheating. You walk into a bar. You and Tracy.
If I'm watching ID channel and he turn the channel,
you and Brownie together. Y'all walk into MGM. And both of y'all niggas standing at the bar canoodling. They not all up in the bitch face. They not touching. They just, canoodling. They're too close. Mm-hmm. So you gonna walk up, I'd like to speak with you about. No, you're gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck?
No, I'm not gonna do that because that kind of like happened.
Chill.
That kind of like happened at your cousin's party, if you don't recall.
Right, and if you recall, what did you do?
Did I handled it like
bitch, all we seen
I handled it right.
All we seen was this. Her back turned.
That's not true. Okay, so
he knew what the fuck time it was.
Okay.
That bitch was cussing about in her low voice and her the kids' voice.
But I never cursed or got irate. I never cursed or got irate.
Not irate, but you didn't go over there and say, I'd like to speak to you about what's going on.
I could just give the eye.
Yeah, you was like, what the fuck? You better get the fuck over here.
I could do the you know how the parent do. I could do the
But what you didn't do was, I'd like to talk to you about what's going on.
Okay, of course not.
Right, that's how you and Tracy bring
That's not true. That's how y'all interpreting it.
Right.
I just don't go like all off the deep end. Okay.
No, yeah, I will give you that. You don't do all that. And you never been one to make a scene.
Romo is in here.
Hey, Romo.
Romo, we're going to do a promotion at the end of the show for people and their businesses. Please stick around if you want. Romo's trying to get her childcare business, a weekend childcare business off the ground for parents that go out on the weekends or want to go on a vacation, but they don't usually have a babysitter. She has
that's a cool job.
She's worked at she has all her certifications and all of that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
so
you definitely got to plug that. Put that in the comments. Oh, stay tuned to the end, like she said.
Okay, Antonio said spazzing was funny when I was young. In my 40s, I'm not playing that shit.
Yeah, that's how I feel, Antonio.
Akila, you like Antonio because whenever he say something, you write up under his comment.
Say, I feel you.
Where your boyfriend at, Akila? Where your man at?
Boy.
Okay, Akila said, Antonio, I be spazzing completely out. Why you telling it to him? We over here. Why you talking to him?
This is the Tonio show.
Tracy said, I mean, we get heated, but we've learned how to talk shit out. His mouth be rough, and I have to check him. Mine rough too, so we can't be doing all that.
Tracy, that's what I'm saying. That's why I be just like quiet, like, cause bitch, I don't wanna.
I'm sorry.
It's gonna go loud.
Sue down the bottom saying, so you ain't see my comments. Sue said I start stuff for no reason, so I can never do the silent treatment.
Yeah, you're the aggressor.
And to hear it laugh, Tracy said, if I see my folks out doing something, I'm gonna say, hey, what's up, and go from there, not making a scene.
And we ain't talking about scene. We talking about once you pull him to the side and y'all get to, how do you approach it? You don't approach it like, hey, let me talk to you. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? What was this about?
One of my favorite creative cooks, one of those luxury house decorator types, Tanya, this is only your second time on here since we started back up.
Hey, Tanya, girl.
But I'm happy that you're here. Tanya said my blood pressure is too high to
buck around.
She got to do complete silence.
Mm-hmm. That's how I feel, girl.
Okay, so
in my 20s, it was like Tonio said, it was hot shit to go back and forth and y'all screaming at the top of your lungs. I ain't got that kind of energy.
Oh, Sue said she liked to tussle.
We know you're the aggressor.
That's so embarrassing.
Y'all make a mental note. All the little young dudes is watching
Tracy
this shit. Make a mental note.
Tracy said she not pulling him to the side. She's saying, what's up right there.
Right there, girl. That's aggressive, Tracy. Your voice might not be raised.
I feel like the way you go about it.
No, you know what I would do if I ever caught somebody, and I did do that. Well, I've done this. Mm-hmm. Hey, how you doing? What's like, bitch? I just want you to know I see you. Mm-hmm. We ain't got to do all this because obviously it's nothing to explain. You here with this bitch? That's all that need to be said or explained.
But let me say this. Let me just throw a plot twist in there. What if that's his cousin?
Because he would act like that was his cousin.
But if you just walking in, you know, people. Soon as
if I walk
into something,
no, women have the greatest intuition ever.
Y'all think y'all do?
No, we do. As women, every woman does. Whether you choose to see it or not, every woman has great intuition. I know this nigga. I'm his woman. So if I walk in, I already know how you gonna act when you caught. I already know how you gonna act.
Your eyes will get big.
Right. Hey, what's up? Now if you talking
your
to
eyes will get big as 50-cent pieces.
Right. And when I come up and I say, hey, what's going on? If that's your cousin, you're gonna be, oh hey baby, this what you doing here? You gonna talk to me regular. Mm-hmm. If I'm walking up and this your bitch, it's going to be a whole totally different conversation and attitude.
I feel like that can happen still if it's your side piece because she might know her role.
She gonna know her role, but he's gonna still act different. He's still gonna be uncomfortable. He's still gonna be like, that's not my motherfucking cousin with his body language. So yeah,
Larry Moon has entered.
Hey Larry.
Akila says she make a complete scene. She going all the way up. Tracy said, yep, you can feel the vibes when you walk up.
Period.
Okay, so we done came to the consensus that most people would prefer to do the silent treatment to avoid,
and almost everybody but Akila don't want to make a scene. Akila want that scene, honey.
Avoid a knuck if you buck situation.
Well, Sue and Akila want knuck if you buck.
Who is that right there, Tone? I can't see that.
That is DC Girl Petworth.
Hi, we don't know
if you're monogamous, then yes. Hey girl, how you?
Welcome to the show.
Hey DC Girl. Oh, DC Grit Petworth.
Okay.
Oh
wait, Marshall.
I can't see the picture. It looks like a gentleman, so I'm going to say he. If it's a woman, I'm sorry, but I'm blind as a bat. If you're monogamous, then yes, a conversation is needed. However, we're not please do not approach me. If we're not, please do not approach me. I agree with that shit, DC Grit.
What he say?
He said if we're in a monogamous relationship, then yes, a conversation needs to be had. If we're not, bitch, keep moving. And I feel you, DC Grit.
Well,
go your motherfucking way home.
Her a little bit, she better not say nothing.
And we sneaky links, and we anything other than monogamous. I agree with DC Grit. Bitch, keep moving.
Yeah, they say that's a man.
Oh, okay. Well, I agree with you, sir. Keep the fuck moving. Sue said, but I'm starting stuff. That's a man. Oh, thank you, Sue. That's a man.
Okay, this question is for the men. Men, when you're out and about in public with your toddler, now y'all getting older, so we're moving to like your granddaughters. Just say you're out and you have your granddaughter or your toddler daughter alone. She's 2 or 3 years old. What restroom do you take her into when she has to go to the bathroom? And I'm asking this question because a guy, he made a post that he took his daughter into the boys' bathroom and everybody got into an uproar about it. No, I'm sorry. He took his daughter into the women's bathroom. He himself took her into the women's bathroom and people got upset. So just to ask, what kind of, or if when your daughter was little, if you remember, Tone, hand me that soda. What bathroom did you take your daughter in? And I know that there are some family restrooms, but let's assume that they don't have those.
Well, whenever I went out with my father, he was lucky enough to have one of my aunts or something, or take my sister or whatever, so we didn't have this problem. But I wouldn't see a problem with if I seen a man go into. What is the thing with women going on?
My scary ass made my son go to the woman's bathroom until he was big.
When I ever took Debbie, I took him to the woman's too.
Yeah, and then he got bigger and taller. Where I knew if somebody tried to do something, like I would give him. Y'all just don't know the sit down strict talks like.
I feel like that's easier for a boy, but when you're a girl and you're a father, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
It's easy for a woman to take a boy into the woman's bathroom.
Nobody's going to look at that.
Yeah, a man, you don't want to see a man in the ladies' restroom, and then is a girl, because men use a stall. They're up to the stall, with their...
But I don't see a problem with it. Like, I think the women's bathroom thing is just a little too... Y'all do too much. We in individual stalls with doors and locks. Who gives a fuck if the man standing by the goddamn wash the dry thing? Like, it's too much. He not in the stall with the little girl. You clearly see he's with a female child. What is he supposed to do?
The urinal.
Yeah, like you said, the urinals, the men just actually pulling shit up, standing up. There's no privacy. The women have individual stalls. What the fuck is he supposed to do?
Tone, Wendy wrote something, but it's not up there. I can't see it. Felicia, hello.
Hey, Felicia.
Is that Ariel?
Wendy said, I'm not a man, but I've seen men take their daughters in the restroom, but cover her eyes. They'll make them they'll make them go into the individual stalls.
Okay.
Tonio said
he taking. Who put that wild thing on Tonio's comment?
I'm gonna take her in whichever one is the cleanest. Fuck them people. Well, it's gonna be the man's bathroom because the women keep
Wendy say, huh?
The women keep their bathrooms terrible. Tonio. Sue said we need a reader.
Sue said we need a reader, and we had like a little system. But it was just moving too fast. We had our phone linked to Facebook and we was watching it on like a TV monitor. Mm-hmm. But honestly, it was going so fast, it wasn't working. Okay, my niece Ariel is in here. This is your first time watching Ariel. She said, hi, Aunt Tina and Tone.
Welcome.
And you need to be tuning in on Tuesdays, and you need to come over sometime. We had a big party last Thursday.
And we're having another one for Christmas.
Yeah, we're going
to be there.
We're doing a Christmas live, and we're doing it on a Saturday so people could come out.
And it's ugly what?
It's
sock?
It's Christmas pajamas and ugly sock.
Yeah.
So you can wear your favorite Christmas PJs. You know, it don't have to be nothing elaborate. A one piece, the little slippery onesie, whatever, and ugly socks. Me and Tone will be doing the show, and Sue's going to make us a nice little Christmas set. So stay tuned for that. That's on the 17th. Oh, and we're doing a white elephant exchange at that party. So bring a small little $5 gift or trinket so we can do the white elephant exchange.
Everybody go to Five Below or Walmart or somewhere. Nothing fancy.
Okay, moving down. Tracy said, I think he should make an announcement coming in. Tracy said he should make an announcement coming in and saying it. Definitely wouldn't have an issue. Like, hey, I'm bringing my daughter in the stall.
Yeah, so when you walk out, that's a good idea, Tracy. So when you walk out and you just see a man standing there, that's one thing.
Sue, don't ever come for me. She said because neither one of us can read.
Sue! I read perfectly fine.
I read proficiently, sweetie.
I read perfectly fine. I'm just blind as a bat. That's all.
Proficiently.
I have to get really, really close. That's
okay,
all.
Raphael has entered.
Hey, Elle.
Hey, Raphael. Raphael said that happened to me and I felt uncomfortable with the little girl in there. Not sure why. So Raphael saying a guy brung his daughter into the men's bathroom and he just felt a little uncomfortable.
You felt it uncomfortable because it's weird. Like... Well, some men just don't feel comfortable going to the women's at all. But that, to me, would be a little weird. You got around all these niggas that...
Sue said when she signed up to make the... Sue, you making it. Shut up. Tanya said, I just set my timer for Tuesdays. Thank you, Tanya.
Thanks,
So
boo.
she's going to be tuning in.
All right.
Since Tone has come on here and said she's working on her time management, we're going to try to hold her to that. We're going to try to start at 8 o'clock.
Hold me to it, y'all. Y'all my family. Y'all got to make sure I do right.
Akila said, I take my godson into the women's restroom and people be giving me looks. I be like, you got a problem or what? Akila, you always ready to fight somebody.
Right.
I'm always taking my son into the women's restroom and nobody ever pays attention.
Akila ready to fight a bitch.
Everybody. Lakeisha has entered.
Hey, Boo. Kiki.
Boo has entered.
Hey, Boo.
And we're moving on to our next question. The next question is, what's the difference between old school men of the past and men of today?
The difference, how?
Just
like
overall,
the character?
Overall, what? Just when you hear that question, what comes to your mind?
There's a gift and a curse. Older men were providers. They were head of household and knew what the meaning of head of household. Not all of them. And before y'all do all of this, we are not speaking in whole terms in any question we say. There's never we talking about every man on the planet or anything like that. I'm speaking in majorities. Here we go. So I feel like they were providers. They knew what it meant to lead the household. Yada, yada, yada. The downside is some of them did it with a stern hand. Some of them...
So they was Ike broads.
They was Ike bitches. Some of them didn't know how to lead and they led their fucking families into hell, but they had no choice.
Monte has entered.
The new men... Hey, Monte. The new man, I feel like it's more understanding. They're more of an emotional...
Ooh, this is new.
Yeah. I feel like the newer man is more emotional. The older man is more stable, meaning... I don't fuck your feelings. I have to provide a roof over your head and clothes on your back and food in your stomach, and that's what my job is to do as a man, is to provide for my family and love my family. The newer man understands, well, she might not be all there. Something might be going on with her. Let me figure out what's going on. They want to develop relationships with their kids. Back in the day, the bitches ain't give a fuck about what we thought or what. Like, we led whole lives and these motherfuckers didn't know what we was doing. They cared about whether we was hanging in the streets or, like stupid shit like that, but they didn't give a fuck about whether we was emotional or having a bad day. They didn't give a fuck about no bad day. Mm-hmm. I mean, we wasn't killing ourselves at the rate that the newer generation is, and they got
suicide.
Yeah, suicide. Like 10, 11-year-olds nowadays, they commit suicide at an alarming rate. People under 16. So you have to care now what somebody's thinking or feeling. So our new generation fathers it's great that they've evolved into that.
Okay, my answer to that in just a nutshell is basically respect.
I
feel that back in the day, everybody every time people have conversations when it relates to men and women, I feel like everybody either brings up cheating or finances.
Right.
There's so much more to a person, to a relationship, to life than cheating and finances. So I just think overall respect, because people have been cheating since before time, but it was a way that you did it.
Right.
It was a way that you did things. You had respect. You had, like, now.
You do an example of that.
Okay, let's say back in the day, if a man had a wife and 2 children on Main Street, and he also had a love child and a girlfriend on Front Street, it wasn't like a known or out there. Like, he respected his wife. He did what he was supposed to do at home, taking care of everything. And then, she got her fronts and her proppers, whatever Aretha said in respect. What Aretha said, bring my proppers or whatever in respect. She got all of that, and then he did X, Y, and Z, but he wasn't going to leave the family. He wasn't trying to make it, he wasn't trying to make it known. It was just low key and it was respectful. Right. That's one thing. Another thing is, women did the same thing. Women had their little side pieces. I got 2 lovers and I ain't ashamed. Yeah. That song's 60 years old.
Yeah.
So I just feel like people were respectful when everything was low key. Now everybody got to be seen. Everything got to be known. Just like we just saw where the little 20-year-old girl contacted her side piece's wife. Back then, if you knew about the wife, but you never would dream of contacting her.
Well, you did have certain circumstances where the bitch would drag the kid up.
Okay,
like see your son. This is your motherfucking son.
Like you said, every situation there is, but overall, you stayed in your place. If you knew this man had a wife and a family, you wasn't going prancing around. You wasn't trying to call her and have receipts and screenshots and all of that. So I think it's just respect overall.
But I feel like that's not respect. I feel like that was more
back staying in your place.
No, but you had to as a woman because you were looked at with fuck shit.
You looked at as disrespect.
Yeah, or as trash, or as a whore, or you're not married and you got this motherfucker. They didn't say shit to the man.
No.
The woman was criticized. So it was in her best interest to keep her mouth shut and stay in her place.
And also, I just think like cursing people out. Now, men have no problem calling, and I feel like this came with the rap era. Bitches, hoes, tricks. I love NWA. I love me a good Eazy-E lyric, but they are the most vile things that you say to a woman. Songs of the past, you was respecting, like the songs of the past, you were swooning and respecting and wooing the woman.
And even if they said something negative, you had to figure out what the fuck they were saying.
Yeah, you couldn't even catch on to it. So I think everything just boils down to respect.
But the kid is not my son, Michael Jackson. Like, we know he was saying, this bitch lying on me, and you know what I'm saying? We know that shit, right. We had to figure it out.
Now what they saying, bitch, you swallowed my kids, that ain't my child. They just saying all of that. So it's just respect. And then the last thing I want to touch on is that a lot of men of today are raised in like homes without the father, and they lack a lot of like skills that they would need to develop into a man. Yeah. So that's like a difference as well. But
so who got the better man?
I don't want to go overboard into that tonight.
Who got the better man? The 60s, 70s woman, or
me personally,
2000s woman?
Me personally, I would take me a James Evans any day.
What?
Yes, I would take a James Evans over a.
But you was about 20 seconds.
Who do y'all think? Whoever y'all think. I like James Evans.
You like James Evans, but the first time he tell you got to quit that bus drive. First of all, that bus route, like Florida had to do 100 times.
Yeah, I'm not.
He got jealous of the motherfucking supervisor. She had that secretary job, bitch. You're not quitting.
First of all, if he think I'm gonna make some goddamn slop for a family of 5, whatever that oatmeal or whatever Florida is, bitch, if you can't bring no real food in here, we breaking up that day. We breaking up that day.
And then James was a provider, but you had to be taken care of on James's level.
Yeah, I couldn't have been with James.
You couldn't have helped the family. Like,
I couldn't have.
And Florida could have got that job.
But I just like that he was like stern and he always
he was a dad.
Yeah, I like that. But I'll go ahead with an Al Bundy then. Yeah. Give me an Al Bundy.
No, he stayed in the shoe store. Peggy.
I wouldn't care. Peggy was in there eating bonbons.
And he didn't give a fuck.
Cussing them kids out all day.
And Peggy got to do whatever the fuck she wanted. All that bitch did was read magazines and order shit. So yeah, I go with Al.
Give me an Al Bundy and Al cuss the broads out.
I want an Uncle Phil.
Hold up. Let me go to the comments. Okay, Makila said men of the past were respectable and lovable. Men now are cheaters. Men was cheaters back then, but we're going to keep going.
Since the beginning of
Ariel
time.
said her dad would never. He always told me to stand outside the man's bathroom while using it, and anyone tried anything, kick them in their shin and yell as loud as I could. She went back to the question, where does a guy take his toddler daughter when they're alone? Antonio said the